I want to get into some stories around the league. Um, we had Mookie Betts going into Boston for the first time since he got traded 4 years ago. He went 1-4 with a strikeout, a walk, and he scored twice. And he came out to a standing ovation. You had Rafael Devers on the field clapping. You had Alex Cora clapping. The fans were going insane. As a Yankee fan, I'm so glad that he is out of Boston because um, you got to appreciate greatness, and he is a great baseball player. Offensively, defensively, he gives you a bonus. No matter where you put him, you can put him at second base, you can put him at shortstop, you can put him right, center, left. He has a tremendous throwing arm, and he's just an elite hitter. Um, so I'm glad that he's gone and no longer in this rivalry. And then we got Otani still in the lineup in the two hole. Uh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this because his value, man, his value is just dropping. And the Angels GM, Perry Minasian, he said Shohei was suffering cramping and arm fatigue throughout the season, and they never did their due diligence of giving him an X-ray to see what was truly wrong with his arm, and that's not ideal. We've got a couple stories that came out. C.J. Wilson said that when Albert Pujols was towards the end of his career, he needed an anti-gravity treadmill, and the Angels decided not to buy it, just to rent it. I was only 70,000. Yes, I know 70,000 is a good chunk of change, but with the amount that they were giving Albert Pujols, um, they and all the money that they have, like there's so much money in baseball. Like I feel like they could have done that. And if you don't know that Tyler Skaggs situation where he RIP, but he ended up overdosing on some drugs, and it came out that somebody in the organization was providing it for him. I was talking to my buddy Gene, and he thinks that uh, team needs to go under investigation for player safety because they're not there for the players right now. They had a guy die in their organization, and now Otani. It's no coincidence why Trout is always hurt. Like they don't go out and give him the proper care. They don't give him the needs that he needs. And he's back. He's back on the IL. He came back for 1 day. He came back for 1 day, and now he's back on the IL. So I don't know what they're doing over there, but um, Manfred, if you hear this, do your job. Um, and then we have Adam Jones to sign a 1 day contract with the Orioles to retire an Oriole. Um, I remember this guy. He was one of my favorite baseball players when he was around. He just played with so much flair, and he was an all around great center fielder. I remember I went to a Red Sox Orioles game here in town, and it was tickets that we got for free. So I did not pay for Red Sox tickets. But I brought a ball with me, the MLB ball, and it was the end of the game. He went 0 for 4 with two Ks. He didn't have a good day. He had every right to just go back and try to get some work in or just move on from the day. And I saw him at the end of the game, and I yelled, "Hey, Adam!" Like it was, I was on the first base dugout side, walking around towards the third base, and I yelled across to him. I saw him walking down the steps, and I yelled his name. I went like this with the ball. He walked over to me, signed it, and I'll never forget that. So appreciate you, Adam Jones, for being a true professional about your craft, and thanks for your service in the MLB. And Gleyber Torres, he has yet another 20 home run season. He has 4, which is number 2 all time in Yankees history. He hit it in 2018, 2019, 2022, and this year he passed Jeter. Number 1 on the list is Robinson Cano, and this list is for middle infielders only. So don't get too wild. There's like we know that there's been a lot of home runs in Yankees history. They're called the Bronx Bombers for a reason. But for him to have this, have his name written down next to some greats, that's good. That's great for him. And I know I've been one to call for him to get traded. But it's more for his defense. And sometimes his base running can just be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, do you even think about the situation before it happens? But I've come to realize that with the base running blunders, it is coming from the top, right? It's coming from Boone. And he's just doing what he's told to do, even though it might not be the right thing. So kudos to him for going with that and taking any criticism that may come his way, because in my eyes, it is not meant for him. It is meant for the higher ups in the organization. And now we'll get into the league leaders.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.